What's going on, guys? Matt over here with Lethal Garage, and today we're getting ready to head to CamaroFest, Bowling Green, Kentucky. I have a ton of keys because we're towing this with the Lethal Bourbon RST 6.2 liter beast. Do it. So we got to get this thing on the trailer. Now this will be the first time we're towing the Lethal Camaro with the bourbon. So I need to do some testing. We're going to do some car testing at Barona, but as you guys know, I'm headed out to Bowling Green, Kentucky with my entire family, so all the boys and my beautiful wife, and we're making a long trip and we're making a vacation out of it. So we're gonna have a couple extra longer stays here and there to go see family and check out areas that we may want to move to at some point in our lives. But yeah, we got the bourbon hooked up to the Lethal trailer. I got my beautiful wife who's gonna help me line the car up on the trailer, and I'll get her strapped down. So we'll see how the car looks on the trailer with the bourbon. Keep in mind the bourbon's a Premier RST, so it has the air ride suspension in the back. It has the tow package, and it's capable of towing 8,300 pounds. So more than capable to pull the trailer with the Lethal Camaro on it. I just can't overload it. So I got to get the car over the proper spot on the trailer so I can get no fishtail action. But I'm eager to see how this thing drives, because we got to drag it like 6,000 mile journey there, back, and all the other places that we're going to. So let's get the car on there. I'm gonna hand this camera off to my wife while I pull it up on the trailer. She's gonna guide me. Maybe we'll actually set the camera down and pull the car up on the trailer. Let's do it. Okay, so I got the car on the trailer about where I normally like to have it. I forgot to have the bourbon running, so the air ride in the back actually dropped, but we had a ton of tongue weight. So I'm actually seeing how high the air ride pumps the car up to. I don't know if you can hear it or not running. You can hear it pumping up. So I want to see exactly, oh, that's as high as it's gonna go. I still feel like there might be a little bit too much tongue weight, so I'm going to back the car up a little bit on the trailer, see if we can get that to come up just a little bit. I'd feel a little bit better about that. Okay, this took a lot longer than I needed, so I messed up. So there's a couple, we have these stands in the back of the trailer that support it when you drive your car up. I was an idiot and didn't put those up when I started adjusting the hitch. And so we ended up putting the hitch way too high. So we had no tongue weight whatsoever. So I had to readjust it and all that stuff. Long story short, I think we got dialed in. I'm just about to take the car, or the bourbon, for a drive with the car, and we should be good to go. So I just want to see how it drives, And then the real test will be tomorrow as we go up to Barona to see how she handles the whole way, to see if we need to adjust that or if we need to move the car forward or back on the trailer. So I have the car where I want it. It could probably go back a little bit. I'd probably feel a little bit better having the butt end of the car lined up with the butt end of the trailer. But I have it like 6 or 7 inches forward. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, that's where we're at. So she's loaded up. Now we're off to Barona tomorrow, see how she runs. We're only doing 1 or 2 passes just to get the launch down, so we're good to go for CamaroFest. So I'm gonna hit the hay and we'll pick up tomorrow. Well, I have to say I'm feeling pretty good with how the car is driving right now. I know I was gonna wrap it up at the end of last cut, but I drove it around in the Bourbon with the trailer and everything's driving really smooth. I took it up to 65 miles an hour. It was still feeling really good. I wasn't getting any of the vehicle steering. It was pulling up hills good. I wasn't getting any trailer sway. I'm really happy with the way we got it all dialed in. So we'll see how it actually is once we hit the real highway at 70+ miles an hour tomorrow, but I'm feeling confident. It is morning time. Got everything in the burb. Got the car on there. We're good to go. So we're headed to Barona. Make this a day. I like this setup a little bit better. You know, black and white bourbon, black and white Camaro. We match. It finally matches. Let's go race. Well, we're not doing too bad. We're out here at Barona. Again, we're just dialing the car in. Unfortunately, my tires are on their last leg. I have brand new tires coming, so I knew I'd have some spinning issues in the left lane. I was having tire hop or wheel hop, whatever you guys want to call it. And in the right lane, I was just spun through first and second. Still did a 1.560 foot, still trapped at 165. So that's not terrible, not what I wanted, or not 165, 6.5, eighth mile. Without the spin and everything, I think with a legit hook with brand new tires, we'll be on the 6.3 range, which is where I want to be, and we'll get that 60 foot down. It's just spinning. So we got about 16 pounds of air in the rear tires. Actually, I think it's 17 now that it got a little hotter. But all that being said, really happy. I got a couple videos of the runs from Mike. I didn't get my camera to anybody. Again, these are just quick hit test runs. Make sure the car's good to go for Kentucky. We'll do one more run. I'll hand this camera off and capture the last one, and then we're done for the day. So we weren't planning to be here for very long, just some quick runs, and go hang out with family and get ready for the Kentucky road trip. So let's go do it. So we're looking at the logs. Luckily, we're running logs on the car, and we were hitting torque management in that last run, which was meaning we could raise it. So we weren't making as much power as we should have, which is still fine because we're basically on bolt tires right now. But we're not gonna be able to do another run. They got their street outlaw BS stuff, and we weren't planning on staying beyond 12. So it looks like we might have the trailer loaded up and leaving at 12. Yes. We're back. One of the cool things that I wanted to do on this trip and hooking up the Suburban and seeing how it towed and everything was really putting it to the test on, one, how to set up the brake controller, get it to the right settings, loaded and unloaded, but also the mileage. So as you can see here, I did a trip A setup, reset this when we left the house, got back. So about 60% of this is freeway driving, 20% city. When I mean city, it's like 45, 35. The rest of it's just kind of cruising, 10, 15 miles an hour. I don't think the car did that bad. We got an average of 12.1 miles per gallon, fully loaded, probably almost at the max of the towing capacity. I was estimating 9 miles per gallon, so well above my estimation, which is great. I'm assuming we'll get even better gas mileage than this, because this did have a lot of uphill, some downhill, steep grades, about 1,200 to 2,000 feet elevation change. So it kind of was a whole gamut of, okay, how is it going to handle? And I'm really excited or super happy with how the Suburban Premier RST is handling. So keep in mind, this has got the 6.2 liter A10 transmission. The transmission was locking into the gears that it seemed that it wanted to. I did try dropping it into low, and up a hill, it was like let's do this. It didn't feel like it was struggling at all. Keep in mind, the trailer's about 3,200 pounds. My car with me in it is close to a little over 4,000. So yeah. And I think the tow capacity of this is 8,300. So we'll see how it handles when I fully load it with all of our clothes and stuff we need with all my boys. My kids don't weigh that much, neither does my wife, so it's not gonna add that much weight to the vehicle overall. But just really happy with how it performs. So happy with how the car's performing. Gonna put brand new Mickey Thompson's 275 Pros on there. So we'll have a fresh set of tires for CamaroFest. Really happy with how the car performed, even though we spun tires. I feel really good with how it's handling. So there's a lot of cars that are gonna be running, so we'll get some good prep and some good tire laid down on the track once qualifiers are over, and we have a lot of mileage to cover to get there. So again, super happy with how the car handled. Let's see what the transmission temp actually ended up being. I'm curious. So transmission peaked out at 212, so it is a 95-degree day. It wasn't cold by any means, so trans was doing pretty good. Our oil temps and coolant temps stayed really nice. It stayed at the 210 mark on the coolant, and the oil temp stayed under 200 degrees on the transmission, or on the motor. So pretty good, pretty good. Luke's hiding. What are you doing down there? Either or, I think we're ready for CamaroFest. Obviously, we have to pack things up. CamaroFest, Kentucky, it is July. We're getting there on the 11th. We'll be there 12th and 13th. I think those dates are right. 11th is, I don't have my phone with me, but we're getting there that Thursday. We'll be there all day Friday, all day Saturday, and then Sunday morning we're departing Bowling Green for the rest of our family vacation to go see family in the Upper Side. We do have stops along the way. We'll be stopping in Austin, Texas for a couple days. We'll be stopping in Little Rock. We'll be stopping in Roswell, New Mexico, stopping in Lake Powell. That's actually our first stop. So a lot of places to go see, a lot of places to do on the way up there. And on the way back, we're going to be going into Springfield, Illinois, stopping at a family stop in Clarion, Iowa, a little middle of nowhere, headed to South Dakota for Mount Rushmore, and then going up through Yellowstone National Park, cutting down through Idaho, and then coming into Northern California, then come back home. So yeah, not seeing the full East Coast this trip. We're going to see how this trip handles. We're going to have all 4 boys, my beautiful wife, along the way. Hopefully they do well on this trip, and then next year we'll go all the way East Coast, go down to Florida, maybe have a stop at Disney World, and then come up. I'd love to take the kids to Washington, D.C. just to go see that. That's something I've never even seen, so I'd like to go there. But I've been to New York and stuff like that, so it'd be awesome to do that. It's just hard trying to plan all that and knowing you have a car and a trailer the whole way. It's really expensive gas mileage wise, but could be fun. Maybe we can store the car in the truck somewhere and then fly from there to go to Florida. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out a good way to do it. But definitely want to see all you East Coast faces at some point. I hope a lot of you guys are making it out to CamaroFest in Bowling Green. If you are, we will see you there. But again, I'll do a very specific CamaroFest video here in the next couple days, so look forward to that. But that's all I got. Thanks for checking out the video, guys, and as always, hope to see you on the road.